All right. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. Hey, today is Tuesday, September 12th. I couldn't be more excited to have you with me on my weekly focus. We've been doing this every week for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've got a rock in our schedule to do this every Tuesday at 12 noon. We broadcast live over in Facebook into an event page, and then we also broadcast over in YouTube. And I would just encourage you, if you go over to YouTube, subscribe and hit the little reminder bell button. And anytime we go live, you're going to get a reminder. So again, good morning and welcome to our weekly broadcast. So what started out as just a little bit of a hobby has turned out to be a little bit of an obsession. So as many of you know, I'm a certified coach, and I've been helping people over the last 15 or 16 years regain control over their health. And I spent 35 years in the restaurant business. The last 13 years, I was a vice president with a Fortune 100 food distribution company. And you know what? I didn't have much of a life. I was always working. Always worked Monday through Friday, about 70 hours a week. I commute an hour each way. And on the weekends, I always brought work home because it just seemed to be there was never enough time to get all the work done. Does that sound like you? I don't know. I think there's a few more workaholics out there, right? And you know what? Feel free while we're doing our broadcast today to interact with me live. I love comments. So whether you're in YouTube or Facebook, drop your comments. I get a chance to see those, and I'll bring some of those over on screen. So make sure that you interact with me. This is not a one-way broadcast. This is a two-way interactive experience, and I'd love to get your feedback. Make sure that you let me know that you're here and where you're coming in from. So as I was mentioning, many people just get tied up in the rat race, get up early, head out the door, go to work, work through lunch, come home, do a few chores, have a little dinner, put the kids to bed, give them a bath, do a little laundry, go to bed, and do it all over again. And that described my life for most of my adult life. And when I turned 49, I remember saying, I just, at the age of 50, felt like I wanted to create a more free life. Meaning I wanted more time to do the things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to be able to have some freedom to be able to do that long term. And so that's exactly what I did back in 2009. I quit my job as a vice president. I came home and I've built a coaching practice over the last 16 years. Love helping people get healthy, but more importantly, I love helping people create a business that they can work from home and give them absolutely an opportunity, not a guarantee, but an opportunity to take back their lives. So our weekly focus is centered around helping you become, for lack of a better term, the dominant force in your life. In other words, I really believe in God and having a spiritual influence, and I really feel that that's really the driving and dominant force in the universe. However, there's a lot of things that I get to control, and there's a lot of things that I have a lot of choice on. And you know what? I want to help people experience what that choice can be. And so we have been going down this path each and every week and just kind of exposing more and more people to some of the things that Denise and I use in our health coaching practice, because health is not just, what we weigh on the scale. I know that for sure. Having lost 85 pounds, guess what? That wasn't the end all. That was just the very beginning. But focusing on really what matters most to you and organizing your life around those things are really key. And that's really what my weekly focus broadcast is all about. Maybe you go back and watch the previous 3 episodes over on YouTube. It's a recording and you can watch them over there. And last week, we talked a lot about kind of your commitment to the process of focusing on some really simple, healthy habits. This is really centered around maybe a healthy body a little bit, having a structured meal plan, drinking more water, getting a good night's sleep, being more physically active, practicing emotional intelligence. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today, and certainly taking time for personal growth and personal development, but not being attached to the end result, but being attached and really committed to the process. because too many times we set this big, hairy, audacious goal. We don't really have a plan. And in about 2 short weeks, we forgot all about the goal. We're not doing anything to move in that direction because we realized that we weren't in action. We weren't taking control of the things that we had able to take control of. So that was last week. And then a couple of weeks ago, I talked a little bit about this quadrant of health: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy relationships, and healthy finances. And the relationships are relationships with ourselves as much as they are the relationships with other people. And so I wanted to make sure that we talk about this today because this is going to be our topic. We're going to talk about how to establish some goals in each of these areas and actually how to accomplish those goals. You know, right now we're in September, headed for October, and next thing you know, it's going to be 2024. So we're getting a jump start on our goals. And so I'd love it if you're with me live. Feel free to drop a comment in the chat. I'll interact with that both live and in recording. So even if you're watching this in replay, make sure that you interact either over on YouTube or on Facebook. So drop in some comments and let me know that you're here. So anyway, this quadrant of health, so I call it the optimal health and well-being quadrant: healthy body, mind, relationships, and finances. And so it's so critical to really focus on these four because, you know what, they pretty much embody everything. And actually, I'm going to move my picture out of the way of the gal's face. That was kind of rude, right? So we exposed you a little bit last week to this concept of what we call the creative process, created by Robert Fritz, an amazing composer, conductor, business consultant, just a great guy. I've had the privilege of meeting him and being involved in several of his sessions. I've had dinner with him a couple of times. And this process was developed by Robert and really geared in to help you move through this process of creating what you want. And at the very top of this chart is your vision for the future, your goals, your dreams, what it is you want to accomplish. At the very bottom, your current reality, meaning where are you at right now, being realistic with where you're at. And then as we begin to work from the bottom up, implement some little actions that you can do each and every day that move you closer and closer to your goal. And at the end, after we've accomplished all of the actions over time, we reach our goal. And guess what? Then we set a new goal. We move to the next level, whatever that might be. And so this structural tension, as Robert calls it, I love the creative process because guess what? You're taking where you're at today, moving forward in little small daily habits and increments, moving towards your goals and dreams. And I've used this for the last 15 or 16 years in my coaching practice. It helps clients move through the decision they make to get healthy. And then we break it down into small, little healthy habits that they can implement over time. And so I'm going to break this down even further today because I really kind of want to show you what a structural tension chart looks like. And I'm going to focus today on relationships. If it's okay, I guess we should save this till February, right? Valentine's Day, improve the love of our life. But I'm going to do this today because I want to talk a little bit about how to kind of move through this process. So at the very top, we have our goal. And our goal is simply to have a healthy, vibrant, and loving relationship with our spouse, our significant other, right? And right now, our current reality might be we argue, we fight, we seldom spend time together. We are always focused on kids and career and never our relationship. Does that describe you and your relationship? Maybe some, because I remember this is kind of where my relationship was many, many years ago before I implemented some of these strategies, right? Because we get so caught up in the rat race that we forget what life is all about. And we forget how much we love our partner and how much they mean to us. And we just get caught up in the routine. And next thing you know, we are fighting and arguing and seldom spending time together, right? So what I've put together is an example of how to take this relationship, which may be a little bit on the rocks, maybe not moving in the direction that you'd like it to go. And we're going to get this turned around. We're going to get this relationship turned around. And so we're going to start by putting into action some action steps that move us to having a solid, healthy, vibrant relationship with our significant other. So step number one could be, and these are just examples, you may have other actions or other things that you'd like to do to improve in your relationship over time. I'm just giving you some examples to show you the process, and whether it's a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy relationships, or healthy finances, this process will help you move in the direction of your goals. And guess what? If you did this in every aspect of life, you know what? Something tells me in the next 6 months to a year, your life would never be the same. And so I'm advocating that you take some time to do this. So at the very beginning, let's say action step number one, let's set up a time to talk with our significant other, our spouse, our wife or husband, and let's talk about our relationship goals. Okay, without blame. I'm not blaming you. I'm not. I just want, and I know you do too. I know you want a healthier relationship. You know, we just have gotten so sidetracked with all the things that are going on in life. And you know what? I'm going to set this time up. So this is my goal. I'm setting this time to have this conversation. Doesn't have to be anything intense or anything overly complicated, but just simply a few minutes with your spouse that says, you know what, I would really love to work on our relationship. Would you like to do that with me? So you're getting some commitment. So let's say 2-3 days from now, we do this, we have a conversation with our spouse. Then again, this is my goal, not my spouse's goal, is to schedule date night each week. So I'd love to have a date night every Friday night, set aside the time, take time off from work and working with clients and getting all the life duties put on pause for a minute, and let's go out on a date. Let's have date night. So starting October 6th. So again, it doesn't need to happen immediately. Just set a time for when this is going to get implemented, right? So if you don't set a time and you don't hold yourself to it, then you're probably not going to get to your goal. So another action step might be to send a card. You know, go to Hallmark, go to the grocery store, get a really sweet, loving card to send to your spouse, and send it to their work. Right? Don't send it to the house or put it on their nightstand. Actually send it to their work to surprise them with maybe a Starbucks gift card inside. You know, my spouse, you know, Denise loves Starbucks. So to just get this unannounced a card in the mail from the love of my life with a sweet little note and a Starbucks card would mean the world to Denise, right? So here's another action step. So again, maybe do that by the end of next week. So another action step might be find something that we can do together as a hobby or a project, right? So it might be going for a walk. It might be going for a bike ride. It might be, you know, doing a home project, although sometimes the home projects can create a little conflict, but they can also be a lot of fun. But find some activity. Maybe go to the gym together. Okay, find something that you can do together. So let's say by the 1st of November, we will agree on some activity that we can do together, so that again we can spend more time together, but doing something fun, right? Another action step might be to place, you know, her favorite candy in her lunch container. As a special treat with maybe a little note. And, you know, because sometimes these unannounced little things, it could be a little, you know, sticky note on the mirror when she's getting ready in the morning or on her vanity. But it could be her favorite candy in her lunch container. So when she opens up her lunch, when she's taking a break from all the things that are going on in life and she opens it up and there's her favorite little candy bar with a little sweet note, maybe a little heart drawing. You know what? She's gonna wave that around to the office and go, look what Russ did, right? You're gonna be a celebrity in the office. So again, set a date. Another action step might be to actually set aside some time, go pick her up for lunch and go on a picnic. So she's got an hour. So grab a couple of sandwiches or a couple of salads at the deli and pick her up from work and go out to a local park close to where she works and have a picnic. I can tell you from experience, this is a hit. So when Denise and I were dating, I would drive all the way from Lodi, California to Walnut Creek, California. It's about an hour in the Northern California area. I'd pick her up from work. She worked as a registered dental assistant, actually an RDA in a dental office, orthodontics office. And I would pick her up. So I'd walk into the office, I'd pick her up. We'd go on this little picnic lunch. I'd bring her back and I'd actually walk her into the office, give her a peck on the cheek or, kiss on the lips, and she would go back to work, right? She's on cloud nine. Everybody in the office is cloud nine. And you know what? This goes a long way when everybody is really centered around building relationships and spending time together. These things mean the world to people. All right. How about planning an anniversary vacation or a special getaway? Hey, anniversary's coming up. Go on a trip. Go take 2 or 3 days off and go to the Napa Valley, or go do an activity. Go just maybe you do a cruise, or maybe you just go camping, right? Maybe just get out of town or go to the beach, or go hiking in the mountains. But plan an anniversary vacation just to get away. And then another one, which is really fun, is to renew your vows periodically in front of family and friends. It could be at a party that you host in your home, or it could really be on the beach, right? So you do a little beach ceremony, renewing your vows in front of your family and friends. Pop the champagne, have a little reception, and just renew some of the feelings that occurred in your relationship when you first got together. So think about this. If you took a look at where you're at in your relationships now and implemented even just a few of these strategies, and your spouse is going to think something's up, right? And you know what? Something is up. I care very much about Denise, and I want her to know that. And so I just wanted to share this with you because, like I said, when you're looking at these quadrants and you are really trying to determine what your life is going to look like, is to simply focus on healthy body. The healthier you are, the more physically active, the more energy you're going to have, the more positive you're going to be, the healthier your mind is going to be. You're going to care about others. You're going to be positive in the way you approach people, your family, your kids. This is improving relationships. And then if you work on some financial issues, work on a budget, set some money aside, pay off debt, get that house paid off, begin to invest for your future. And so that by the time you reach retirement, you have the ability and the means to live the life that you originally thought life could be. You know what? This structural tension process that I've laid out today is so powerful that if you give it a try, at least in one quadrant, one area of focus over the next week, 2 weeks, couple months, I'd love to hear from you how things are going. And you know what? It's an amazing. Oh, that's kind of creepy, right? All right, we'll get him out of the way. And so anyway, I just wanted to share with you today what was on my mind in terms of your weekly focus. The goal is to set aside some time to set a goal, to really take a look at where you're at and develop some action steps to move you in the direction of your goals and dreams. It can happen in every aspect of life, right? If you, let's say your house is a wreck and all you want to do is get your house cleaned up and organized again, okay? Structural tension at the very top, write down what you want. I want to have the house cleaned and organized so that I'm not so stressed out and so it doesn't look like I live like a pig, right? Right now, that's the reality. I don't want to have people over. I don't want to have friends over. I don't want to have family over. I barely want to be here myself because my house is a disaster, right? So put in some strategies each and every day to do a little bit, to clean it up, to donate the stuff that you don't want, to have a garage sale, to organize the closets. Maybe you go shopping for a few storage containers or put in some new cabinets in the garage. Whatever you're going to do to move towards that life of organization, do that. So like I said, this structural tension process can be so powerful at helping you take back your life, take back control. because you know what? We have given up control of our life, and this is your chance. This is going to be your year, 2023 going into 2024, your year to take back focus, take back life, take back the things that are really, really super important to you. So that's about it. That's a wrap. So if you have found value in anything that I've shared today, maybe you just got in here late and you want to go back and listen to it. It is in recording, both in Facebook and over on my YouTube channel, Russell McCann. And make sure you subscribe and set the little reminder that anytime I go live, you're going to get a reminder. And I go live every Tuesday at noon, hopefully to provide some value and help you focus on and organize your life around what really matters most to you. I want to help you transform your life in every aspect of life. And I'd love any comments. Feel free to drop any comments in the thread, maybe where you're coming in from. I know it was a couple months ago when I went live, we had somebody from South Africa. That was pretty cool. So drop in the chat, whether you're in YouTube or Facebook watching live or in recording, make sure you drop in a comment so that I can interact with you. I do read every comment, and if you put in a question, I will get back to you. I'll answer your question. And so feel free to do that. I always love going live and having the interaction where we have a chance to visit. So again, love to get your takeaways and your value about today's broadcast. Again, this is your weekly focus, a chance to take back your life. And okay, all right. So I'm going to show everybody how this works. So this is Alicia. Alicia is from Las Vegas, Nevada, has had an amazing transformation of her own, right, Alicia? You have gotten yourself physically healthy and working on improving these other areas of life. So I love that. And here's another comment from Alicia. Structural tension chart is amazing. This will change your life if you let it. And it is a great opportunity for you to focus on what matters most to you. So Alicia, by the way, has had an amazing health transformation story. And as a result, she had so many people reaching out to her wanting to know what she was doing. She actually has become a coach. And we're so honored to have Alicia as part of our team and part of our organization. And if you are listening to our broadcast today and you are wanting to focus on your health, and you are wanting to focus on taking back your life, feel free to reach out to us. We love at least having a conversation about what your goals are, what you'd like to accomplish, if what we do might be a good fit. In fact, coming up on Thursday, we have a live webinar Thursday evening at 6:30. It's called The Facts About Coaching. And many of people have reached out and said, hey, I'd like to learn more about what you've created as a coach, because I would like to be a coach too. I think I'd be good at it, right? And if that's you, drop me a private message. I'll make sure that you get registered to the live broadcast on Thursday night at 6:30 Pacific time. It is going to be hosted by my good friend and fellow coach, Jonelle Steckman, along with Brenda Zuccolato, Rick and Jill Plath. It's a great time for you to learn a little bit more about what I do. Come and just check it out and see what I do. And you're going to see why I'm so excited, because people do get a chance to take back their life again. So with that, you guys go out and have an amazing week. We're getting into fall. The leaves are starting to fall or change colors. I love this time of the year. It can be a real challenge for some. It marks a season, and sometimes people transitioning to seasons can be a little bit of a struggle. And if that's you, guess what? Plug into our community, and we'd love to help support you in any way that we can. So have an amazing week. We'll come back and see me next Tuesday at 12 noon for another edition number 5 next week, episode number 5 of Your Weekly Focus. Bye, everyone.